Namaskar. Welcome to the session on food technology. Today's topic is about food adulteration, contaminants and detection. Coming to the introduction. Adulterated food is impure, unsafe and it is a legal term meaning that a food product fails to meet federal or state standards. If any inferior or cheaper substance has been substituted, wholly or some part, which may result in the loss of actual quality of food item. These are some of the common adulterants used in food items for various reasons. In the United States, the Food and Drug Administration, that is FDA, regulates and enforces laws on food safety and has technical definitions of adulterated food in various United States laws. Dear students, in today's lecture, we will discuss about food adulteration, contaminants and detection, common food adulterants and detection, chemical contaminant, fungal contaminant, natural contaminant, environmental contaminants. Now first coming to common food adulterants and detection. Food adulteration is defined as the intentional addition of non-permitted foreign matter to get profit and increase the weight of the products to give better color, etc. Milk. Starch is added. For the test, add a few drops of tincture or iodine solution. Formation of blue color indicates the presence of starch. Iodine solution is easily available in the medical stores. Butter, vanaspati or margarine is added. Test. Take about 1 teaspoonful of melted sample of butter with equal quantity of concentrated hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, in a stoppered test tube and a pinch of sugar. Shake for 1 minute and let it for 5 minutes. Appearance of crimson color in lower acid of vanaspati or margarine. The test is specific for sesame oil, which is compulsorily added to vanaspati and margarine. Some coal tar colors also give a positive test. If the test is positive, that is red color develops only by adding strong hydrochloric acid without adding crystals of sugar, then the sample is adulterated with coal tar dye. If the crimson or red color develops after adding and shaking with sugar, then alone vanaspati or margarine is present. Black pepper contaminated with papaya seed. Test. Papaya seeds can be separated out from pepper as they are shrunken, oval in shape and greenish brown or brownish black in color. Diseases or health effects injurious to health. Cloves, volatile oil extracted, exhausted cloves. Test. Exhausted cloves can be identified by its small size and shrunken appearance. The characteristic pungent of genuine cloves is less pronounced in exhausted cloves. Mustard seed, argemone seeds are added. Test. Mustard seeds have a smooth surface. The argemone seed have grainy or rough surface and are black in color. It can be separated out by close examination. When mustard seed is pressed inside, it is yellow, while argemone seed, it is white. Diseases or health effects. Epidemic dropsy, glaucoma, cardiac arrest. Turmeric powder, maternal yellow, artificial color is added. Test. Take a teaspoonful of turmeric powder in a test tube, add a few drops of concentrated hydrochloric acid. Instant appearance of pink color which disappears on dilution with water shows the presence of turmeric, and if the color persists, maternal yellow, which is an artificial color, a now permitted coal tar color is present. Chili powder, added artificial colors. For the test, sprinkle the chili powder in a glass of water. Artificial colorants descend as colored streaks. Chili powder, added water soluble coal tar colors. Test. Water soluble artificial color can be detected by sprinkling a small quantity of chilies or turmeric powder on the surface of water contained in a glass tumbler. The water soluble color will immediately start descending in color streaks. Asafoetida, that is hing, added. Soapstone or other earthy materials. Shake little portion of the sample with water and allow to settle. Soapstone or other earthy mailer will settle down at the bottom. In compounded asafoetida, Due to presence of starch, a slight turbid solution may be produced. However, this will settle down after keeping. Asafoetida, that is hing, added foreign resin. Test: burn on a spoon. If the sample burns like camphor, it indicates the sample is pure. Pure hing burns like aromatic camphor. Spices: added sawdust and powdered bran. Test: sprinkle on water surface. Powdered bran and sawdust float on the surface. Green chili and green vegetables, malachite green is added. Test: take a cotton piece soaked in liquid paraffin and rub the outer green surface on a small part of green vegetable. If the cotton turns green, we can say the vegetable is adulterated with malachite green. Green peas, artificially colored. Test: take a little amount of green peas in a 250 ml beaker, add water to it and mix well. Let it stand for half an hour. Clear separation of color in water indicates adulteration. Coriander powder, dung powder is added. Soak in water. Dung will float and can easily be detected by its foul smell. Ghee, synthetic coloring. Test: pour 2 grams of filtered fat dissolved in ether. Divide into 2 portions. Add 1 ml of hydrochloric acid to one tube. Add 1 ml of 10% sodium hydroxide to the other tube. Shake well and allow to stand. Presence of pink color in acidic solution or yellow color in alkaline solution indicates added coloring matter. Dal, moong, washed chana, metanil yellow is added. Test: extract the color with lukewarm water from the sample of pulses. Add drops of hydrochloric acid. A pink color indicates presence of metanil yellow. Saffron, colored dried tendrils of maize cob. Test: pure saffron will not break easily like artificial. Pure saffron, when allowed to dissolve in water, will continue to give its color so long as it lasts. Common salt, white powdered stone. Test: stir a spoonful of sample salt in water. Chalk will make the solution white and other insoluble impurities will settle down. Vegetable oil adulterated with castor oil. Test: take 1 ml of oil in a clean dry test tube. Add 10 ml of acidified petroleum ether. Shake vigorously for 2 minutes. Add 1 drop of ammonium molybdate reagent. The formation of turbidity indicates presence of castor oil in the sample. Honey added with sugar or jaggery. Test: Fee's test. Add 5 ml of solvent ether to 5 ml of honey. Shake well and decant the ether layer in a petri dish. Evaporate completely by blowing the ether layer. Add 2 to 3 ml of resorcinol, that is 1 gram of resorcinol, resublimed in 5 ml of concentrated hydrochloric acid. Appearance of cherry red color indicates presence of sugar or jaggery. Pulses or besan, added kesari dal. Add 50 ml of diluted hydrochloric acid to a small quantity of dal and keep on simmering water for about 15 minutes. The pink color, if developed, indicates the presence of kesari dal. Turmeric added lead chromate. Test: ash the sample, dissolve it in 1:7 sulfuric acid and filter. Add 1 or 2 drops of 0.1% diphenyl carbazide. A pink color indicates presence of lead chromate. Coffee powder. Here adulterant is tamarind seeds, shikori powder used to add bulk and color. Its harmful effect is that it can cause diarrhea, stoma shikori causes, giddiness and severe joint pains. Ghee added mashed potato, sweet potato, etc. Test: boil 5 ml of the sample in a test tube. Cool and add a drop of iodine solution. Blue color indicates presence of starch. Color disappears on boiling and reappears on cooling. Chemical contaminants. Uttar Pradesh inventing synthetic milk. A deadly cocktail of urea, caustic soda and vegetable oil. There are some reports of fruits, particularly mangoes, being ripened with calcium carbide and fish being made to appear fresh with formalin. All adulterants such as calcium carbide and formalin are banned from use in food items, whether raw or packaged, since they are known to be toxic. Some of them have been classified as carcinogens or cancer-causing substances. Chemical contaminants can be found as organic and inorganic molecules in products used day to day by almost everybody. These include plastics, resins, pharmaceuticals, disinfectants, deodorants, detergents, petroleum products, pesticides and biocides. For many of these substances, accumulation into aquatic environments can cause environmental problems. Chemical contaminants are often transported by water as it flows across the land, roads and other impermeable surfaces. With little prior treatment, many of these contaminants may eventually discharge into waterways. Lead, chromate added to turmeric whole and powdered, mixed spices. Diseases or health effects: anemia, abortion, paralysis, brain damage. Methanol, alcoholic liquors. Diseases or health effects: blurred vision, blindness, death. Arsenic, arsenic fruits such as apples sprayed. Diseases or health effects: dizziness, chills, cramps, over with lead arsenate, dizziness, chills, cramps, paralysis and death. Barium, foods contaminated by rat poisons, that is barium carbonate. Diseases or health effects: violent peristalsis, arterial hypertension, muscular twitching, convulsions and cardiac disturbances. Cadmium, fruit juices, soft drinks, etc. in contact with cadmium plated vessels or equipment. Cadmium contaminated water and shellfish. Diseases or health effects: itai, that is ouch ouch disease, increased salivation, acute gastritis, liver and kidney damage, prostate cancer. Mercury, mercury fungicide treated seed grains or mercury contaminated fish. Diseases or health effects: brain damage, paralysis, death. BHA and BHT, beyond safe limit, oils and fats. Diseases or health effects: allergy, liver damage, increase in serum cholesterol, etc. 32 monosodium glutamate, that is flour, beyond safe limit, Chinese food, meat and meat products, brain damage, mental retardation in infants. Lead added to water, natural and processed food. Diseases or health effects: lead poisoning, which causes foot drop, insomnia, anemia, constipation, mental retardation and brain damage. Brominated vegetable oils added to cold drinks. Diseases or health effects: anemia, enlargement of heart. Food flavors when used beyond safe limit, flavored food chances. Health effects: liver cancer. Sulfur dioxide and sulfite, beyond safe limit in variety of food as preservative. Health effects: acute irritation of the gastrointestinal tracts, etc. Non-permitted color or permitted food color beyond safe limit added to colored foods. Diseases or health effects: mental retardation, cancer and other toxic effect. BHA and BHT beyond safe limit added to oils and fats. Diseases or health effects: allergy, liver damage, increase in serum cholesterol, etc. Monosodium glutamate, that is flour, beyond safe limit added to Chinese food, meat products. Diseases or health effects: brain damage, mental retardation in infants. Fungal contaminants. Fungi are ubiquitous plant pathogens that are major spoilage agents of foods and feedstuffs. The infection of plants by various fungi not only results in reduction in crop yield and quality with significant economic losses, but also contamination of grains with poisonous fungal secondary metabolites called mycotoxins. The ingestion of such mycotoxin contaminated grains by animals and human beings has public health significance because these toxins are capable of causing diseases in man and animals. Some mycotoxins are aflatoxins, that is the carcinogens found in mouldy nuts. Ochratoxins cause kidney disease and are produced in cereals such as maize and barley. Patulin, associated with mouldy apples and poisoning, has risen from drinking contaminated fresh apple juice. What is aflatoxin? Aflatoxin is a type of mycotoxin produced by Aspergillus molds. Aflatoxin is probably the most well-known mycotoxin. Besides trichothiocin, and the most researched. This is because aflatoxins are very toxic and highly carcinogenic. You can also find information about mycotoxins in general at the mycotoxins page and information about trichothecene mycotoxins at trichothecene. Aflatoxin symptoms. How badly a person is affected by aflatoxin mycotoxins depends on things like the person's age, gender, level of exposure, duration of exposure, health, strength of their immune system, diet and environmental factors. There are two main ways people are usually exposed to aflatoxins. The first is when someone takes in a high amount of aflatoxins in a very short time. This can cause liver damage, liver cancer, mental impairment, abdominal pain, vomiting, convulsions, edema, pulmonary edema, hemorrhaging, disruption of food digestion, absorption or metabolism, coma and even death. Aflatoxicosis. Aflatoxin poisoning. The technical term for poisoning by aflatoxin mycotoxins is aflatoxicosis. This usually occurs from eating food contaminated with aflatoxin mycotoxins. Aflatoxicosis is not contagious and drugs and antibiotics do little to help. Aflatoxicosis damages the liver more than any other organ. Aflatoxin mycotoxins also suppress the immune system. Aflatoxin in food. The American Food and Agriculture Organization estimates that 25% of the food crops in the world are affected by mycotoxins. Of these mycotoxins, aflatoxins are the biggest problem. Corn, cottonseed and peanuts are the crops most at risk of being contaminated by aflatoxins. Aspergillus also commonly grows on beans, rice, tree nuts and wheat. It grows less often on other grains and nuts and causes liver damage and cancer. If animals are given feed contaminated with aflatoxins, then aflatoxin mycotoxins can end up in milk, eggs and meat. Aflatoxin M1 and M, which are often found in cow's milk, are metabolites produced by animals which have eaten aflatoxins. Ergot alkaloids from Claviceps purpurea, toxic alkaloids ergotamine, ergotoxin and ergot-infested bajra, rye meal or bread. Ergotism, St. Anthony's fire-burning sensation in ergotamine, ergotoxin and extremities. What are ochratoxins? Ochratoxins are a small group of chemically related toxic fungal metabolites, that is mycotoxins, produced by certain moules of the genera Aspergillus and Penicillium, growing on a wide range of raw food commodities. Some ochratoxins are potent toxins and their presence in food is undesirable. Now, how do they affect human health? OTA is a potent nephrotoxin and causes both acute and chronic effects in the kidneys of all mammalian species tested. The sensitivity of different species varies, but a level of 200 microgram per kg in feed over 3 months is sufficient to cause acute damage to the kidneys of pigs and rats. There are no documented cases of acute OTA toxicity in humans. Where do they come from? In tropical and subtropical regions, OTA is produced mainly by Aspergillus species, particularly the widespread Aspergillus ocraceus. But in temperate climates like Canada, Northern Europe and parts of South America, the main producer is Penicillium verrucosum. What is patulin? Patulin is a toxic fungal metabolite, that is mycotoxin, produced by certain moules of the genera Penicillium, Aspergillus and Bysoclamus, growing on various food commodities, especially fruit. Patulin exhibits a number of toxic effects in animals and its presence in food is undesirable. Chemically, patulin is a polyketide lactone. It is a relatively small molecule, C7H6O4, and is soluble in water. Contaminated foods, patulin occurs most often in apples that have been spoiled by mould growth or in products made from spoiled apples such as apple juice, pies and conserves. It has also been found in other fruits including pears and grapes, in vegetables and in cereal grains and cheese. How does it affect human health? Most of the information on the toxicity of patulin is derived from animal studies, and there is little or no experimental or epidemiological data on acute or chronic toxicity in humans. At relatively high doses, patulin is acutely toxic in mice and rats, causing gastrointestinal lesions, distension and hemorrhage in the stomach and small intestine. Is it stable in food? Patulin is relatively heat stable and is not destroyed by pasteurization of apple juice at 90 degrees centigrade for 10 seconds. However, it is broken down in fruit juice and other foods in the presence of sulfur dioxide used as a preservative. It does not appear to survive fermentation processes and is not usually found in alcoholic drinks such as cider, but the toxicity of its breakdown products is uncertain. Diseases or health effects. It causes itching of skin, ergometrine groups, extremities, itching of skin, and also it causes peripheral gangrene. Toxins from Fusarium sporotrichoides grains, millet, wheat, oats, rye, etc. Diseases or health effects. Elementary toxic aleukia, that is ATA, epidemic panmyelotoxicosis. Toxins from Fusarium, Sporotrichiella moist grains, Urov disease, that is Kaskin-Beck disease. Virus of infectious hepatitis, virus A, shellfish, milk, unheated foods contaminated with feces and urine, and blood of infected human, infectious hepatitis. Natural contaminant. Adulterant foods commonly involve diseases or health effects. Fluoride drinking water, seafoods, tea, etc. Diseases or health effects. Excess fluoride causes fluorosis, that is mottling of teeth, skeletal and neurological disorders. Oxalic acid spinach, amaranth, etc. Diseases or health effects. Renal calculi, cramps, failure of blood to clot. Gossypol, cottonseed flour and cake. Diseases or health effects, cancer. Cyanogenetic compounds, bitter almonds, apple seeds, cassava, some beans, etc. Diseases or health effects, gastrointestinal disturbances. Phalloidin, which is an alkaloid, toxic mushrooms. Disease or health effects, mushroom poisoning, which causes hypoglycemia, convulsions, profuse watery stools, severe necrosis of liver leading to hepatic. Solanine potatoes, the solanine poisoning. Diseases or health effects, it causes vomiting, abdominal pain and diarrhea. Nitrates and nitrites in drinking water, spinach, rhubarb, asparagus, etc. and meat products. Diseases or health effects, methemoglobinemia, especially in infants, cancer and tumors in the liver, kidney, trachea, esophagus and lungs. The liver is the initial site, but afterwards tumors appears in other organs. Asbestos may be present in talc, kaolin, etc. and in processed foods. Polished rice, pulses, processed foods containing anti-caking agents, etc. Diseases or health effects, absorption in particulate form by the body may produce cancer. Pesticide residues beyond safe limit. Diseases or health effects, all types of food acute or chronic poisoning with damage to nerves and vital organs like liver, kidney, etc. Antibiotics beyond safe limit, meats from antibiotic fed animals. Diseases or health effects, multiple drug resistance, hardening of arteries and heart disease. Finally, coming to the conclusion. Food adulteration is defined as the intentional addition of non-permitted foreign matter to get profit and increase the weight of the products to give better color, etc. Common man unaware of the adulteration or contaminant, they may be carcinogenic and damage to live better and healthy life. Vital organs like liver, kidney, etc. Some are natural contaminants and they are also dangerous to health. These are simple common tests to detect adulterants identification. Some chemicals released during cooking or heating related chemicals such as acrylamide and other chemical contaminants in food such as benzene, dioxins, etc. Acrylamide is a chemical that can form in some foods during high temperature cooking processes such as frying, roasting and baking. Acrylamide in food forms from sugar and an amino acid that are naturally present in food. It does not come from food packaging or the environment. Acrylamide forms from sugars and an amino acid, that is asparagine, during certain types of high temperature cooking such as frying, roasting and baking. Thank you.